All right. What's cracking, y'all? Good evening, y'all. Good evening. I might have to change a part in my title as we are under I believe, a tornado watch. Okay. Something new of an experience. I've never dealt with, I guess, tornadoes. Being, mostly New York and Florida. The most is hurricanes. Which is obviously a different beast from a tornado, but nonetheless, we are under a tornado watch. At some point in time, I might have to shut this joint down. All right, I'm gonna try to at least stream for a little bit, if the weather permits me. But if my joint goes down, if you were in here, make sure to spread the motherfucking word. Okay, that it might be a motherfucking tornado coming through Zaya's path. All right. So, just keep a lookout for your boy. All right. I hope that this does not happen. Obviously, that would be tragic. But it is my reality. All right. So good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Sunday. Hopefully everybody had a good day. Mine was pretty good. I could say I slept in and then I had to pick up a few things while I was out and about. If you follow me on Instagram at Ease the Crave, I want to take this time to, Ease the Crave. A lot of y'all be hitting me at, I believe, ETCZAYA, which is just a backup if Ease the Crave ever goes down. If you really want to talk to me, it's at Ease the Crave on Instagram. Okay. But, if you follow me on Instagram, I posted a clip, of some new cereal pickups. At some point in time, we have to have this conversation for my cereal lovers who shared that with me. Okay. Certain instances like sneakers might have brought us all together at some point in time, but we all have other things that we are passionate about. And if you know your boy, I love limited edition cereal. Okay. When I'm out and about, I always look for it. And for the most part, I believe every cereal that I eat is somewhat, let's say like 85% is limited edition. I'm not buying the same shit over and over again. Okay. I'm living my best life through cereal. All right. I have 3 new pickups. Check out my motherfucking Instagram page, my stories. It will be available for another couple of hours. You'll get to see which ones it is, or, just continue on with my journey. And at some point in time, while I'm in front of this camera, I'm going to show you a bowl of cereal and we're going to talk about it. All right. So I got 3 cereals. I got a drink. I didn't show you guys, but I got a drink that I'm gonna try out with you guys at some point in time. I got crazy lucky. I totally forgot. Check. Can y'all give me a second? Hold on, man. Let me shout out Higgins in the chat, and then I'm gonna continue on with what I'm saying. But I need a product in order to show you, another something that I found out and about. Okay. As well as I found Fireball. There's a new flavor. It's like some type of apple flavor. Fireball being cinnamon. I wonder what that mixture is like. But that is on tap tonight. I am doing $2 TTS, $3 media. Let's fucking go. Are we even set up yet? Hold on. Yeah. No, same.
Rich man come around talking.
Hell no, bro. Hell no. We got to put some motherfucking respect on Mr. Williams. All right. Salutes, man. Hold on. Don't know came through, but y'all ain't hear it until I queued it in. So, man, let's get this motherfucker popping off the right way. Okay. Don't play games with him, man.
Holla!
Yes, sir. She popped.
Mr. Williams sent $3. Talk to me nice.
I came in the world crying and fussing.
Cruising down. Sister T in the fucking building, or at least probably was, a busy woman. So I appreciate any time that she ever has to just, come through, blow off some kisses off in the distance. I love it. All right. Salutes to her. I appreciate you. Who else is up in here? Chillax, salutes. Good evening if you're still here. For the folks that come, in and out, I understand. There might be content off in the distance that you want to go watch, come back. Listen, feel free to always come through, check on your boy tonight. Again, back from a victory. If you have not heard, maybe you were clueless throughout the week because I didn't do any type of promoting of it. But, I had a court date this weekend, or I should say on Friday. All right. A bitch was trying to put a higga on papers. Can you imagine that? Put me on papers. A bitch was trying to put me on some papers. And I say bitch respectfully, to the ladies out there. If you are a lady, then you should never feel no type of way if I am using the word bitch. All right. If you are a bitch, then this is a victory, not only for me, not only for many that may not like a certain bitch, but this is just a victory in general for a higga that got a bitch trying to put him on some fucking papers. All right. I don't even want to waste no time, for the motherfuckers that just came through to just get it and go, do what you got to do. Dismissed. Okay. Dismissed. You see it, man. A bitch was trying to put a nigga on some fucking papers. Fuck out of here, nigga. Dismissed. Okay. Miss me with the fucking bullshit. All right. I'm here to talk about it if you're here to listen for it. I am chilling. I might be here for a little bit. We are under a tornado watch. So, again, at some point I might have to end, but I'm going to keep it moving as long as I possibly can. If the motherfucking roof lifts up, we'll be live. All right. You'll see it all go down. Everything will just blow away. And I'll just be sitting, on a lap of concrete with my motherfucking live stream going. Okay. So I am here. Salutes to y'all on a happy Sunday. Okay. Stay right there, though. Stay right there. I see some donos. Stay right there. Shout to Mr. Williams, my second wrench in the house. Salutes. Euro, I see you. Salutes to you, man. All right. Let me see. I see Smokey the Bear. Salutes. Jill, what up? MFW, good evening. Okay. Hopefully you are doing well. Dear God, if my son found Zaya's whatnot page, I'm cooked. Yo, tell him to come shop with your boy. You feel me? Tell him to come shop with your boy. I'm going to get him right. Okay, I'm going to get him right. Now, I say this with all due respect. These are just things that I like. I like clothes and certain pieces that I think that, are nice pieces. So, a lot of times, this is really just a duplicate of something that I would have bought for myself. Most of this stuff, I own it. I own a size of it, an extra large. So it's really just a lot of things that I think are pretty cool. Again, if you're looking for something, or your son is, consider shopping with me. I do good business. Okay. And I'm sure I have a plenty of references off in the chat that can, give a reference for your boy. All right. That has done business with me. All right. But, all right. Salutes, New York Dad. Salutes. What's cracking? You're muted.
Yo, man. What up, man? I'm glad somebody got the W, bro.
What's popping? The W has arrived. Okay.
I'm taking L's, bro. I'm just taking L's, man. I go from flu to food poisoning. Now I got a fucking cough that's fucking killing me, bro.
Bro, just stay positive, man.
Stay positive. Nigga. I can't win, nigga.
Listen, stay positive, doggy. All right. Stay positive.
I'm sitting over here sweating like a slave, and bro, it's fucked up, man. I just want to get back on, doing my live stream, doing my thing. And I can't fucking do it, nigga.
Yeah, just you just got to get past these hurdles and then get into the flow again, papas.
They got me.
But listen, if this was like a village, I feel like I went out, I slayed the dragon, I slayed the beast, and I drug it back to the village so that everybody can eat.
Bitch got the W, bro.
Bro, it's all our W's, okay? All right.
L.
Let's fucking go. Shout out to fucking Sister T. Sister T.
Wow, Sister T hasn't been around in a while.
I'm saying though, because she stay busy though. I'm trying to keep up with her.
Wow.
All right. She got that little algorithm, bro. She is pulling in the views, man. And not saying that she does it for views, but like, bro, just the numbers that she's been getting are good numbers. Like, I gotta say, salute to her. My hat off to her. She's doing her thing. So, anytime that she's able to just pass here, like, appreciate her, man. I appreciate her. As content creators, I know that life that, bro, we on the move. All right. But she's been staying busy. It's not like she, you don't see her nowhere and she's, and she still don't pop up. She don't pop up because the woman busy. All right. But I appreciate her again. Again, a victory for everybody. Chat, lock in with me, though. I got a few music donos I got to play. You know, like I'm gonna play them. You dip and come as you please. I'm gonna be here. I'm not going nowhere.
I'm gonna go rest up for a little bit, man.
Take a fucking bro. You got to learn to take power naps, nigga. You feel me? Take like a solid power nap, nigga, and then get up and then bang, go live.
Can power nap last me for 20 minutes, man.
And now you got to go a little longer. So, power nap is like a nice, little hour and a half.
This motherfucker last me for 20 minutes. I'm telling you, bro. This is all I do all day. 20-minute naps, nigga. And I wake up and I'm still fucked up. But it is what it is. Salutes, man. Salutes.
Salutes,
ETC. Man. We got a winner in this motherfucker right here.
You, baby.
All right.
Salutes, man. Again, W's in the motherfucking chat, bro. Okay. Your boy is back from a victory. Okay. A well-deserved victory. And a victory that showed me, like, let me tell you something. This one right here, bro, this one felt good right here. You know what I mean? Because you got to be able to back your shit up in a court of law. And, for a minute, if you really think about it, a lot of these back and forths that I have, they don't land me in court, right? It just is on the internet. And then it really is like, my side, that side. And then, like the people that don't like me, that they may not even like that side, but they don't like me more. So they'll go that side to be able to cheer against, my side per se. And it finally felt good to get one of those individuals with a judge sitting in between us. Again, and we spoke about this on the Zeb stream last night. If you are a member, it should be on the members only. If you are a Patreon member on my side, for my Patreon, I just uploaded it, so it's on there. Everybody else, I think you missed a great show. I think it's worth even the $6.99. There was a bunch of other things that were happening. That was supposed to be a 3-hour live stream. It ended up being a 9-hour live stream. Like, I know a lot of people try to complain and say, damn, 9 hours. But like, I hope that there's other people that say, yo, 9 hours, then people put in 9 hours, chopping it up where it's, it's not really, I think it's such a solid live stream. It's not really boring. From beginning to end, it's not boring. Like, there's no moment where we're kind of dead. And even in the dead space, we had Crystal Marie up there, who by the time she got on, she was wishing me that I'm trying to watch myself on some of the things I say. She's wishing, I guess, my death, I would say, because she thought I was muting her. I don't know. She might have been a little twisted yesterday. I definitely wasn't muting her, but it is what it is. It was a good stream. Worth $6.99 being a member over there. I think even worth as an addition to the Patreon, as just another feature in the Patreon. I have a Patreon where I charge $12.12. Okay. For the most part, you get a ETC coin. For the folks that know how we do the coins around here, you get a coin with that as well every month on the beginning of the month. The coins can be used to kick people off panel, could be used to kick people out of chat, and can be used to kick people out of the Discord. Okay. Speaking of the Discord, can I take this opportunity to drop the link for the folks that are not in the Discord? All right, come on through. A multiverse of, just the little areas that I've passed through. A dedication in there to, whatever locales, generate that type of interest over here. With that being said, the Discord is not private, in my opinion. The Discord, is where we, load clips of Piggy, aka Controlla, aka Carissa Tabona. All right. She had to face the harsh reality that, I can't talk about you on the internet. I can, but here's the thing though, and hopefully she got this because, I think Piggy's going to fuck up again. Hopefully she remembers that now the next stage is you have to be taught a lesson on what is defamation, right? I remember at one point in time, Controlla even said that she wanted to get me in a court of law because my name would end up being on some paperwork that had to do with some type of, charges that she was putting on me. And I think that that's hilarious that we got to the stage and technically you folded in the courtroom and you didn't say that you knew, you didn't say that you were positive. Okay. You threw out an allegedly. Okay. Not allegedly. I think she said it. Well, I was under the belief or something, and I forget how she said it exactly. I got to get the transcripts because transcripts is exactly how it is. You know, me being in there, you're only getting my perspective, right, on what's going on, and shit. I might be even leaving out good parts. You know, it's a different experience when you're there in the courtroom with a judge talking to you. You know, and you have to move at the judge's pace. You cannot go in there and think that you're going to take it over. Do not do that. Okay. A judge is not going to take that lightly, that you're taking over his courtroom. He's going to determine how this moves, and he's going to ask you questions based off what is the truth. You know, what are facts, not fucking bullshit that you make up on YouTube, and then you're able to cut your computer off and be accountable for what you have done. In the court, the judge is going to ask you specific questions. Okay, there is no shouting over each other. There is no, oh, well, that person is now saying the truth about me. My fifis are hurt, so now I'm going to insult that person. It don't work like that. Not in court of law, you know. And YouTube has been doing that so much that, you know, like I said, I would love to catch a bunch of y'all as far as the debate wise in a courtroom with a judge in the middle. You know, you would be surprised that you'll be surprised at what you get away with and you don't get away with, and then you'll think, damn, like, you know, my style is not really that good. Because if there was a person in the middle, then they would be able to like dictate, you know, and say, stop, you go, you know. And sometimes online people just be going crazy, and you think that you won the debate because you were the loudest person speaking, and that's not how you win. Okay, you win with truth, you win with facts, you win with timestamps. Imagine me trying to listen to someone telling me that timestamps don't matter. Are you out of your fucking mind? No, it doesn't work that way. Okay. So, Lewis, Mr. Williams, you got to keep it quick because I got to push a dono through. Let's get it. Yo.
Go ahead and do the dono, baby. You know what we're doing. Money first.
Yeah, let's get it. Salutes again. A great fucking weekend, bruh. Okay. A victory for me. Case dismissed. Okay, let me tell you something. This was one of those that it wasn't even like where you down to the, you know, like when you're watching a game, and I always use basketball as the example because basketball is what I know. You know, I'm not really, I did baseball when I was like really younger, but like baseball wasn't really for me. You know, I was more of a basketball hicker, right? So like, in the sense of basketball, all my basketball people, you're going to get the analogy that I'm going to give, right? Imagine watching a game where it's like play by play by play by play, right? You are literally on the edge of your seats. Okay? Is that game, is that fun to watch? Of course, right? Why wouldn't that be? Anybody would love to see a game that goes down to the wire. Oh my God, you don't know who could win. You know, unfortunately, I'm sorry, chat. How it went down in court was more similar to like when the other team is up by like 25, right? Not even, you know, the other team is up by like, let's say maybe 20. Okay. Anywhere between 15 and 20. You know, there could be a possibility a motherfucker could come back, but more than likely the person that's 15, 20 ahead, they're gonna win. So I say that to say this. I didn't have to wait to the fucking last second and clench my cheeks hoping for a win. Okay, let's say, for example, the entire thing was 10 minutes. 6 minutes in, I already knew I was gonna win. Okay, 6 minutes in, I already knew I was gonna win. Now, I'm just using that as like a way to kind of, you know, paint the picture to you. I don't know exactly like the number wise, because I don't know how long we were in there in total from the minute that, you know, and not even because I'm judging it based off the minute that I walk in. Meanwhile, I don't even know that Piggy went in there. She was in there probably like at least a whole minute or two ahead of me and had the opportunity that when asked, who the hell are all these people taking the link? She had the opportunity to try to dump that onto me. Right, by saying that I was the one that was promoting the link and telling people. And I think there's even a shout to Victoria in the chat. I think there is a timestamp somewhere where she is saying that somehow Pebs was going to pass the information along to Victoria so that it wouldn't be linked back to us. But, oh, Pebs is going to get her boyfriend in trouble, yada, yada, yada. Listen, at the end of the day, she's the one that filed it via domestic violence. Mind you, anybody knows that I've never even met Controller. Bro, that's the first time I've seen her face to face when I was right there with the camera on her in the 2-3 years that we've been going back and forth. So like, again, how could you be scared of a person that's how often you've seen them? Once in the entire time. But there is a link where they was trying to say that, he was going to pass it to Victoria, wasn't going to be linked back to us. Again, filing it under domestic violence is what made it to where she could try to say that people can't watch it. But in reality, I was with it and the judge was with it. She was the one that said that she didn't want nobody to watch it. And luckily, and salutes to whoever did, because as soon as y'all got in there, y'all started recording. Now, you might have only gotten maybe 2 minutes, but the 2 minutes, you don't understand how important it is, right? So salutes to whoever clipped that. You are a true MVP. Okay. And again, I don't know where it came from. I'll find it. I don't know if the channel that put it up is the channel that clipped it. I'm just saying the person that clipped it, I want to let you know that I appreciate you because, sometimes things have to get clipped in the moment. Too many people think that, I'll wait till later to clip it. And sometimes that's just, again, you got to do it in the moment. You don't know what can happen, bro. The stream could go down. Something could get deleted. A strike could come through. They could pull it down. And a lot of times, the clip that you may not think is that important might be, very important. Again, there is a clip before I even get into the courtroom and she's trying to throw that blame on me. Meanwhile, if you've really been following all week, you've been listening to her tell you about this case all week. You ain't been listening to Zaya tell you this, right? Now, here's another thing, right? Because she did say something in there. And again, when I went in there, I was being respectful of the judge. I wasn't going to, let's put it this way. Her filing under domestic violence, even if I would have fought it back, the judge was going to eliminate me. It's one of those things that both parties got to agree. If one party says no, then it becomes a no. Okay. And she is the person that said no. All right. The first thing she started and the excuse that she used for that and how she started this argument off was that her, this is not for content. And the thing is that, the judge had to be made aware that, no, this is for content. Okay. You are the person that continues to try to talk or talk down on, or, again, if you don't like me, that's perfectly fine. But like, bro, you are doing the back and forth with me. You are sending shots my way. It would be one thing if it was just me sending shots your way, which you never know. That'd probably be what it's going to look like. It's going to end up looking like I'm throwing shots her way in this 10 and third. But, at the end of the day, I tell a judge like I would tell any of y'all. And I'm glad that at least with the judge, if I tell y'all, some of y'all can accept it. Some of y'all could just not accept it and throw it out the window. The judge, though, is going to accept it. Bro, this is a business to me. Okay. I turned this commentating stuff into a business. And here's the thing, right? Because people think that I'm trying to throw it in their face, but bro, I had no choice. You understand what I'm saying? I had no choice. Okay. I make enough money from streaming that it puts me in a different tax bracket. It's not that I want to pay taxes. It's that I have to pay taxes. Okay. So like I turned this into a business and, the term locale and how she behaves on the internet is the perfect example why, bro, like, when a judge has to look at it, they're going to see that, bro, you're putting yourself in that situation. Okay. Now, one of the things about a locale is that, they're always putting these instances on camera and then, are bothered by when they are talked about. Unfortunately, when you are doing live streaming and you are, live streaming to an audience, bro, you have people that fuck with you and people that don't fuck with you that are watching. People are clipping all the time. You have to be prepared for criticism, right? But don't take the term that I'm saying criticism as in defamation. Okay, there are two different things, and a lot of y'all don't know the difference. You're only a person's ability to sue you away from possibly getting sued. Will somebody get anything? Again, I've never sued anyone. I've never gone through with suing anyone. So I wouldn't even know, like, how does it go? Like, what's the person's like afterwards? To some of y'all, maybe y'all been sued in the past. Maybe someone that got sued, that you could find out. Me, I don't, I've never been sued. I've never sued anyone. So I don't know what happens. But I know in defamation, if you prove certain things, then you've got a case. And the thing is that, going, as much as I love the victory for all of us, it is a bit of a pain in the ass, Y'all just got lucky. Y'all got lucky that you got a content creator that not only turned it into a business, because that helps as well, because that's my time. Some of y'all that work a job, you would have had to take off of work. You know what I'm saying? What else? Some of y'all that, let's say you don't like driving, you would have had to drive. You know, let's say you don't like driving. You say you have to take a flight. You're going to have to pay for a flight. You're going to have to pay to, you know, do the court thing as well. And, you know, sometimes, you know, you go in there. What if the judge doesn't even kind of see it your way, you know? While I do believe that it is great to have like a judge there to mediate, I do think that, you know, it definitely could go left and the judge cannot see it your way. And then, you know, you're out of money. So again, I think that's something that definitely helped me. You know, I can't reiterate that enough. So if you are a person that, you know, you don't believe that this is a business and you are doing this just for free, just for fun, I definitely would make sure that the perspective that you're delivering is based off something that you are watching, right? You're putting something up, you're talking about someone, you know what I'm saying? You want to put the clip up and then, you know, react to it versus just trying to defame someone or talk down on someone, you know? And that is, you know, just something that I took from, it's like a note that I took from this experience. I wrote down, I said, I want to say this to people, you know what I mean? Just, you know, the defaming, that's the part that could get you in trouble. You know, covering someone based off some of the things that they've said on the internet, that's not going to get you in trouble. Okay. It is actually your right. And that was established in court. Okay. That is a person's right. If you put something on the internet, someone else has the power to be able to counteract that. Okay. Yes, no, the power chat is working. I promise you. I kind of pause it to kind of talk in between, but I got a few donations. They're going to continue. You know, I don't like running them all the way through because, you know, like, you know, then, you know, people like, you know, they kind of want to hear what's going on. And even, you know, this, what I'm thinking of came from, you know, the song and stuff like that. Salute to y'all for all the songs that y'all been playing because they've been like a playlist for a champion. Okay. I feel like a champ. W's in the chat. Okay. My win is y'all win. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Even if you don't like me, if you have something against Controller and you've been watching her for years, let's say you hate Zaya, continue to hate Zaya, right? But let's say you've been watching Controller for years, bro. This is something that any one of us could have gotten into a situation with, right? Now I know that the pull-up part is the biggest part, but a lot of this has to do with her not being able to take it. She's a very good disher, but she's not a very good taker. And a lot of people are not. A lot of people are not takers of, you know, criticism and stuff like that, you know, but, you know, again, like there is a fine line between what you can commentate on the internet versus you just spitting defamatory terms and comments and stuff like that and just cursing at people and over talking people and your mic is louder. That doesn't mean you're right, though, you know, and when put in a situation where there is a mediator in the front, actually a judge, boy, oh boy, you know, like you better hope that you haven't crossed the line to where, you know, somebody can sue you. Okay.